is, I would say, not really good. I don't want to fall below half health, and 25 burn is also not a lot, to be fair. This is actually reasonable. We will, if we are at half health, we will have a decent amount of burn here. But in all honesty, it's also just a minor skill improvement. I rather try to high roll here and want to look at more skills. I mean, in all honesty, all those skills are not high impactful skills. I think like getting 2 burn here is pretty okayish. But this here is obviously more burn, but we cannot really make it work on the soldering gun only if we would position it like this. I don't feel like this should be the case. So I rather take this, call it a day. Since we only have 2 last fights, let's cheese it out a little bit. I feel like the relax is better than the Jules Coffee buff. Even though this is extra health, I fear not the poison lizard. I fear a little bit stronger burn opponent or whatever. Maybe a 1-weapon Vanessa or Pygmalion that hit really, really hard, and this is therefore a lot more protection in those cases. There's a dually. Let's first of all reduce the cooldown of the core further, sell all the stuff here off, and then take the fight. Thank you, Tiltodog42 for the follow. Greatly appreciated. Merry Christmas. Also, Ren Fortis, thank you so much for the follow. What means bugged? It's shown but not executed in the game. So you refer to the 5% cooldown reduction of the... What weird stuff is happening here? Nothing to be worried about. So yeah, it shows you that it reduces the cooldown by 5 seconds on the tools, but it is only around 1%. So not 5 seconds, 5%. Sorry, it's already getting late. Today is probably not my day and not the longest stream. Anyway, so it says it reduced the cooldown by 5 seconds on the tools, but it does realistically, like in real life, only do like around 1 second or something. At least it's definitely way lower than the 5%. Also, in most cases, you don't have that high value tools that you really need to reduce the cooldown there. So it's already only an option I would pick very rarely. Okay, we are going here for free skills. This is a free skill that is good. This we do not use because we don't have poison, or we are hasting our core. At the moment, we don't have any haste sources. That is probably our biggest weakness at the moment. So getting like a lot of haste on the core is probably also a consideration. Though freezing our opponent is just way too powerful to skip here, so no hard feelings, though I think both would have been warranted. Here, I will definitely take the scrap shields as mentioned earlier. Having a little bit more of shield here on the duct tape helps us a lot to stabilize maybe sometimes. And the other options are not nearly as good. I have to make sure though this is definitely going here on the correct target. I will still look at skills here. There is no large item I would ever want to put here on the board. I still don't want to increase the burn on the left item. Same struggle again. The other options here are also not really good, so I roll and hope I find something better. While those are not really better, having 1 extra burn is having 1 extra burn. I mean the punishment of picking that skill in the first place. We are definitely going for the strongest fight, and yeah. I will, though, in the future at some point also play other characters, so this will not stay a dually stream forever, though for the time being this is a dually exclusive stream, for better or worse, as mentioned earlier, has not too much to do with it being the strongest. It has also to do with me being comfortable in this on this hero, because I have a lot of experience, as you might know by now, on this hero. I don't need any medium items really. Chocolate is falling off, but making sure we're winning our next fight is a very good idea. Okay, we don't have a weapon. We love slowing our opponent, and a little bit of shield is okay, but also not a lot. So it's definitely slow, and then we have to consider which of those has the best slow enchantment. I wouldn't know, because the core is already enchanted and definitely not getting a slow enchant. So I will open our Bazaar and for a second check a few items. I mean, I can also do this on stream here. So I will put in Aiden, and then I see here what the heavy is. It's just 1 second. And then I will probably want to look at the soldering gun here. The soldering gun is also 1 second, but a little bit delayed. What are the other options here? The LEDs, though, they are a really good target the more I think about it, because we increase our targets. So good talk here. I should have probably known this and not have to look it up. I missed a little bit kind of that I have here the LEDs. So anyway, the LEDs are profiting by far the most of the enchantment, because now I not only have 1 but 2 targets. That is a really powerful enchantment on the LEDs. Pretty strong. Okay, here tools don't interest me a lot. I mean, this is +1 burn on the soldering gun if I upgrade it, or very little extra shield and a little bit of slow on the duct tape, but the impact of the duct tape, not really a lot. I'd rather go to JJ here in that specific situation. I mean, there's another scrap metal, but it's a diamond core, and therefore the upgrade itself is not doing anything. And since it's not diamond, I don't get a cooldown reduction here. Fun fact also, a few patches earlier, this one would already decrease the core by 1, and the diamond would decrease the core by 2. That was a lot more powerful. Now, it's still good, but only if you can make it work. Nothing of interest here. Last fight. I feel super strong. I have a lot of slow. I have cooldown increase. I have not the best skills, but I have also 1500 extra shield against a Vanessa. I would be in shock if I would lose here. Yeah, that site is called How Bazaar. I said on stream, and I mean, I wouldn't say I was completely wrong on that, but that I didn't like how they, also we won, how the monsters were organized when the site was released. By now I feel this is more intuitive. I have before that, give me a second, I don't want to show you anything wrong here. I have before that used the site from Driz. He was the first one who ever had a summary of monsters, so I have used the screenshots of him. Felt a little bit more intuitive for me. Both of those sites are kind of reasonable to use. For items though, How Bazaar is the site with the database, so that is kind of easy. It's only every passive is not affected. On the LEDs. Yeah, but it's still the best enchantment. I know that it's only on the active, but still, the alternatives, like, we cannot enchant the core. Otherwise, obviously, we want to have a heavy ignition core. And I was looking up the other stuff, and if I would like put it like Beta Ray and like I only looked for those two, honestly, but I think Beta Ray should be in the same area. It's just 1 second, 1 slow. And here as well, 1 second, 1 slow. And the LEDs have 3 seconds. So this, even though it procs after 1 second, like it has a higher cooldown of 1 second, this has, in the end, the best impact. Obviously, the best case would be a Radiant, not the Radiant, but the core, but Radiant core is just, anyway, too good. So, seems like there is a huge demand for me streaming. At least I still have a lot of viewers here. I actually considered this cutting short, but since there is like a lot of viewers here, and at the moment I actually feel a little bit more streaming than when I started the stream, I will keep streaming. Though I will need 2 more minutes, 3 more minutes just to get fresh air again and refill the water bottle and stuff. So I will be back in 2 to 3 minutes. For those who take this break to leave, I wish you all the best. Hope you tune in again, and Merry Christmas. Thank you all for those who stay around. See you in just a bit. And for those who have questions, feel free to um, write in chat, and I will hopefully catch up with you in just a minute. So don't go anywhere. Okay, I am back. I will catch up with you just in a second, and then um, I will restart the client, and we can look which core we want to play again. I'm open today, actually, um, to playing different cores, so we can there have a small discussion about those. Um, Thank you all for the new follows, Carol TV, TWTV, and Nobi1. Thank you for the follow. Kevin, to be first of all, I don't take it as disrespect if you challenge my my choices, and as long as it's a polite critic, you can backseat in the stream as much as you want. I have also to probably reduce a little bit the audio of the music. So feel absolutely free. This is a very educational stream, and part of that is also that I rely and be happy about the help of viewers. So if you feel strongly about something else, this is totally fair. As long as you're polite, you are so free to give me any sort of criticism, feedback, or misplays you see, and we are talking about those. You said that I should consider the heavy enchantment on the soldering gun for the multicast. Okay, I will consider this very thoroughly in exactly now. So I have like a multicast of 3 times every 5 seconds. So every 5 seconds I slow for exactly 3 seconds due to the soldering gun. That was only 1 second of slow, unfortunately, on the soldering gun. The comparison is I get every 4 seconds 1 more target for 3 seconds on the LEDs. By my estimation, I considered 3-second slow every 4 seconds more valuable than 3 seconds every 5 seconds. The only thing that now is like kind of different though is while the soldering gun hits multiple targets or has a possibility to hit multiple targets, the LEDs only hit like 1 target for the first proc of the LED that it would have done with or without the enchantment, and then there's a second target. I would wager, since I have like now kind of 3 casts of 3 seconds slow, I will get a lot of slow and like good slow on the board because I have 2 times cast on like 2 targets from the LEDs, and then also like every time the core procs I get also 3 slow. So I would say I get like reliable slow out there, and I do not need for which reason ever to have like more targets for the soldering gun, and then in some I will have more slow in general if I put it on the LED. But I should have maybe correctly analyzed that it's not only 1 second, but it's 3 times 1 second. So still thank you for your input. Okay, I will restart the game now. Can you rank the cores? Well, there is Ignition Core, who's the best, Companion Core is the second best, then there's the Armored Core, then there's maybe the Crit Core, then there's maybe the Weaponized Core, and then there's the Core, though the Red Cores are, I would say in general, not really good, as well as the Armored Core, not as even remotely as good as the other 2 cores. Okay, let's start a new game. Good. There are 3 cores. I am willing to play all 3 of those, so if you have a strong preference and so on, feel definitely free to type that in chat. I will consider this. I am probably best on those 2 cores, with this being the consistent one, because I will most likely not lose day 1, or less likely to lose day 1, let's say it this way. My special is probably the Companion Core Brick Body, where I play a little different than others and have a very consistent good achievements with him. But I'm also fully okay to play another Crit Core game. I can see a lot of Companion Core. I think it has outweighed here a little bit. Though some people are for the Crit Core, it's more Companion Core, and so I'm a little bit inclined to go for the Companion Core here. Okay, cool. Companion Core. With the Companion I am more inclined to go for early level ups, because especially Companion Core enjoys having a little bit more space really early. So if I can level on day 1, that is absolutely amazing. Also, I'm more interested in medium items. And if I would go to Sterling, I couldn't reroll and buy a silver medium item anymore. So most important key parts are here by far the brick body and the monitor lizard, and the rest you can make work without. So I will take this great setup here. For those, here I am inclined to go for the banana ball, just because I feel like those have the highest impact. The extra heal or health might matter, whereas I'm not really often having like noteworthy burn, especially early, nor do I think a scrap shield matters, because if ever, I will have probably as a shield a brick body, and the scaling of the brick body is so high that the scrap shield's impact might be negligible. Though having 30 extra health here might give you enough time to outshield opponent if that opponent does not have any scaling, or extra heal on the Aiden is absolute premium, especially in the first few days. And even a duct tape, that's okay item. I have seen that a few of you have, like, the viewers have a little bit decreased, so maybe I should have put the crit core, because maybe some people got tired of me playing a companion core over again and over again. Okay, nevertheless, we have a little bit of a consideration here. It's Jabalion, I think, called the board. It's a rare one. You can get out of the rank chest. It's a Pygmalion one. I like it the most because I can click here on the cactus and enjoy it a lot. Because Quixel might have some items, and so far we haven't bought any items, and we should have something on the board by the end of the day, right? That is obviously something wise to do before you go in your PvP fight. On the other side, if we take the XP here, we will have guaranteed level up. So this is a good decision, unless we have like a bad shop next day. So if we see like Curio next day, and the middle one is buy skulls, and the right one is get free bronze chocolate, we are in a guaranteed loss for day one. Though if we don't upgrade here, we like upgrade a level here, we also are probably not favored unless we're hitting the perfect items at Quixel. So I would wager it is still correct to do this, but it is a high gamble, because if those are not the right shops, we are screwed. But today is the day where Snazer gets all the streamer client shops. Like, I don't know, like I would say all of my games were crazy luck, because like I will honest, I think the first was an Ignition Core start, where I just wanted to get warm and play the game, and I think the first shop had an Omega Ray. Then I played maybe the Crit Core, where I also kind of got like day one 2 Alpha Rays and had a Silver Alpha Ray after day one. It's crazy. And the last one I played at maybe Ignition Core again, and was also again Omega Ray day one. So what should I say? Now we leveled, we took all the risks and get like medium shops. This is already kind of super high roll, because this is the one shop I want to see on the companion core the most. So I don't think I can brick here a lot, though those are not the items I want. I'm not totally inclined to buy a pulse rifle. The damage output is not good enough. Even though this is a friend, I want also other friends on the board. And then the pulse rifle damage, not a lot. So we still have the roll here. There's a lizard. This feels okay. But still, we are in a lot of hurt because we have to lose day one now. I'm not buying one of those. I don't think those will actually win me day one. But I'm also kind of certain this will not make like win day one. It is way too weak. We can upgrade something. We should upgrade something. I mean, to be fair, we can actually make a small, thoughtful consideration. Normally, I would say we should upgrade the core, because it is important to upgrade the core, bring it to silver, have full haste uptime. Though if we upgrade our lizard here, we are kind of increasing by 100% our damage output for the upcoming fight. That is also kind of good, right? I mean, is it a consideration, because therefore we might win day one? I mean, normally the lizard is way off. Having the lizard at 2, maybe getting over the line, most of the time still not. So And upgrading the lizard has in the long run not too much of an impact in comparison to upgrading the core. So I would say on average conservative play should be upgrading the core, because that is something that is really valuable, while this is just, well, there might be a 5% increase maybe to win this day. Because most opponents are just way stronger, and only against the probably weakest opponents this will have any sort of impact. But that might be a weak opponent, and upgrading the core is, while important, also something that can occur later. It has not to be day 1 or day 2. Duct tape has no consideration though. The other ones also, like, some people like to take income here, but I feel like I'm not struggling with the money too much. We don't need sharpening stones or XP. Yeah. Let's upgrade the companion core though. That is a very questionable decision. Also, thank you so much, Ben, for making all those predictions, as well as Aids Magier. Thank you for your follow. I appreciate that. Wish you all the best. Hope you having a good day. Merry Christmas. Thank you so much for the follow. So we have like a really, really weak opponent that is very little. So actually, it was a good decision to take the lizard and double our damage output, because otherwise this would have gone to fatigue and we would have lost in fatigue. So the lizard actually mattered. It was a good decision, but in hindsight, average outcome not so certain. Here, even though small items are kind of important, it is also kind of important to level up, and we should probably take 1 more XP. Doing this and getting also to gold while doing this is a good consideration. I also think the most important item here is, by the way, a brick buddy by far. Even though Aiden is good in the long run, I don't need to maximize for Aiden in the long run. And obviously a gamma ray is also good. I take the XP and also get a little bit of gold while doing this. And now I'm really happy I did it, because there's a medium shop. I like going for medium shops. I don't think a chem snail is good enough, since I already have a lizard. In the long run, just having more targets to proc haste on the output of the lizard is so much that the output of the chem snail is not really mattering. This is unfortunate. There is still no brick buddy in our future at the moment. I will not buy a Dave at all. I don't think though I should try to fight here the rogue scrapper. He is just a little bit too strong. We have like not enough to justify this. We can fight a crab though and maybe get a good skill, so no problem. Why is Brick Buddy the best? Brick Buddy is the best because if he is appropriately leveled, he solos most of your enemy encounters, especially PvP, but also most of the PvE. Unless you fight an opponent that is absolutely giga strong, or you have a monitor lizard mirror, as long as your brick buddy is like, I would say, silver by day 4 or 5 and gold by day 8 and maybe diamond by day 11, in nearly every matchup, this brick buddy will shield so much that I will win probably nearly alone from the brick buddy, and it doesn't really matter what I do as well. Obviously, having a monitor lizard making sure that the brick buddy only needs to buy me time helps there a lot, but my opinion is the brick buddy itself is making sure that I will never lose in most cases. Haste item could be an Aiden, could be a race call, could be a lot of few items that I like, but we can also brick here. I am not interested in weapon skills. We could go for weapons. I mean, missiles and race call are still decent hits here, since the board will be wider and we need to fill it. So I'm inclined to say, just to get our odds there, it's a good decision. I will buy the race call. I will not reroll for missiles though. It is far too unlikely to hit. Getting poison extract is absolutely amazing. We of course will put it on our lizard. Here also kind of easy decision. We don't need to level anymore. We did this already. Freebie is a freebie, but often it's not the right item I want. But this shop has a decent chance for showing me Aiden and Brick Buddy, and these are the two items I want to see the most. Well, there's a Brick Buddy. I'm not too unhappy about the outcome. Sure, in the